What is going on, you guys? Sam here. Today, I'm going to show you another method that you can use if you have no experience trading to catch massive continuations in the trend. Now, there's going to be four aspects to this strategy, and it's going to be a bit of a longer term strategy, as the previous strategy was a shorter term. You watch the 15 and the 5. This is going to be watching either the hour or the 4 hour. Now let me break down what exactly is going to be into this strategy. The first is going to be the fib retracement tool. Now it looks really confusing, right? It looks really confusing. You're going to go into settings. You're going to remove this line, 0.236. You're going to remove the 0.786 and all of these. So all you want are these three in the middle, and it should look something like this. Now how you're going to use this is you're going to look for a high on any ticker. This works on any ticker. I'm pretty sure it works on any time zone, but I'm going to show you guys the 1 hour. So what you're going to look for is a move from the low to the high, and let me actually show you how you would use this on the chart alone. So you got to look for a um, a low to a high. So this will work right here. So this right there, you put the bottom, you set the bottom to the bottom of this low, and the high to the high. And you're looking for price to reverse back into this golden zone, as it's called, and reject back down. Now, using this alone is not going to be that successful. You're going to get faked out a lot, and it's going to be confusing. So to make the success of this really, really high, I'm going to show you three other things you can add, or two other things you can add to confirm your trade, and one to find these highs and lows. Now, to find these highs and lows, because I know it can be confusing, right? You know, where would I plot it here? Would I plot it here to here, here to down here? So basically, there's an indicator called the point high, pivot points high low. It's normal technical. Add it to your chart. It's gonna look like this, right? A lot of these white labels. Now you're gonna go into settings. You're gonna set it to 50 on each. So all of it will be 50, and this will get rid of most of the unused ones. Now, now you only have a few that you're gonna look at. And once again, this is just to find places to plot this fib retracement tool. You don't actually have to use this, but if you want, you can use this. If you have no experience in the market, feel free. So, for example, we've got this one right here. And it doesn't matter which one is high or low, because, or which one you use. You can plot from low to high or high to low, because these middle ones are gonna be the same on either direction. So right here, this wouldn't really have worked out. Now, if you were to go on a higher trend and, you know, go up to there, which is this high, down to here, it would have worked out perfectly. So once again, it does matter where you set your Fibonacci level, because if you set it in the wrong spot, you're going to be out of luck. So let me go over the two other things you're going to use to confirm your trades. The first is going to be exponential moving average. So go to moving average exponential, add it to your chart, and go to settings, change the length to 200. Now what this means is it's going to take the previous 200 candles and average that out. So when you add to your chart, it should look something like this, and it'll give you an overall trend of the market. And what you're going to use this for is your entry or confirmation for your trades. So if it goes below it, puts, above it, calls. So right here, it would have rejected, so puts would have been in favor, but you wouldn't have entered until it broke below this EMA 200 to confirm the move down. Now, this strategy is not going to work 100% of the time, but it is going to work a lot. So the last thing I'm going to add onto the chart is going to be anchored VWAP. Now, I already changed some settings on it, but let me change those settings back. So this is what it'll look like on your chart when you add it. It'll look like this ugly mess. So you're going to go into settings, remove lower band, upper band, background, lower band 2, upper band 2, lower band 3, upper band 3. So you're just going to have one line. And you're going to use this line exactly the same as the EMA 200. Below it, puts, above it, calls. So as you can see from here, we're using we tried using this, but it broke out of the fib retracement. So that is when we try to look for a bigger trend to use. And as you can see, that actually wasn't the top of the trend. This was all going down this whole time. And by the way, this strategy is going to be used to continue the trend, not to catch reversals. So, because the trend is your friend, remember, the trend is your friend. So, yeah. So let me just go over some more examples. So this is a beautiful one, below VWAP, broke below EMA. So you would enter right about here, and you would have caught this whole move down all day, which would have been absolutely beautiful. You would have profited a lot of money. Okay, let's why is this so difficult? All right, so we've got a high and a low there. So we could plot it there, but ideally you want to look for big trends. So let's say we did plot it here, right? We plotted it here. Price never got back there, so we wouldn't have been able to use it. So that is not helpful at all. So we ideally want to look for a big trend. So this would have been perfect. This to, this to this. So we can plot that. Let's just see how it would have played out. And you also can use these to confirm. It doesn't actually have to go in the golden zone. Now, going in the golden zone is the best, but a lot of times it actually won't make it in the golden zone, and it will bounce off of the top one, or, you just got to figure out what levels to plot. But if it's like this, you could also be like, okay, maybe this is too big of a trend. Maybe I need to go down here. Nope. Okay, so this is actually looking good. We go VWAP, and it's above. Once it breaks above that, bounced up, this will look good for calls. Let's continue going on. So this is looking good right here. So this high to this low right here. We'll plot this. Now it went perfectly into the golden zone, and it rejected off of. Now you would have been like, okay, puts are looking good, but I'm not going to enter until it breaks below the anchored VWAP. Also, by the way, the anchored VWAP is in this little section. And once it breaks below the anchored VWAP and the EMA, then you would have entered into puts and caught this massive move down. And this is great to kind of give you a bias for the day because it's on the 1 hour. So if you look at it and you're like, okay, it's hitting the golden zone on the fib tool, and it's below the EMA and it's below the VWAP, looking good for puts. I'm going to look for a better entry on a smaller time zone and use another strategy to confirm that even more. So now you have so many confluences for your trade. So let's go over one more. So this would have been decent, but I don't think it actually entered the golden zone. Okay, it did. So it bounced right off of there above. So you could have caught a decent move there. We've got this down to here. Boom, boom. It entered the golden zone, hit the top. This would have been, let's see how the VWAP looked. Yep, didn't go underneath the VWAP, so you never would have entered. That's exactly why you need to have the VWAP. Let's take a look at this low to this high. That's a pretty decent trend. All right, so perfectly hit the golden zone. It got above the EMA right here. That is a entire day you could have caught. Massive move up. And let's plot the VWAP, see how it looks. The VWAP. So honestly, I like the VWAP better. The EMA is just to kind of confirm your trades, but the VWAP is where you should take your entries. Now, this would have been a messy trade if you entered off the EMA because you would have caught it up right here and you probably would have expected it to absolutely fly up, but it didn't, and it went back down and then flew up. So you A, could have caught a re-entry, or you B, would have gotten stopped out. But that's why you want to prioritize the VWAP on these trades. I'm going to do one more on SPY and then I'll go to another ticker. So this is looking good. So we've got, look at this. This is very good high right here, and then it broke structure down here basically. Broke structure here, broke structure here. So now it's on a downtrend, so we can plot our whatever this is called, fib retracement. So we can plot that, and then our EMAs on there, and then here is our VWAP. So what we would do is we would wait for it to retrace up in there. It retraced, and now we're waiting for a break below the VWAP, and the EMA 20 broke below. Okay, puts. And here we go. Look at that. Massive move down. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm just going to go on Tesla, or actually I'll go on like Netflix, because this works on any ticker, and that's why it's so awesome. Oops. Involved drawings. Okay. So let me just show you a few trades on Netflix. I'm going to try to keep this video as short as possible, but let's go back a little bit. Okay, so this is looking good right here. So this is a massive move up. So we're in an uptrend, right? You know, higher high, higher high. So we expect it to continue. So we want to catch a good reversal to the upside. So we would plot our fib. We would see, okay, it's above the EMA 200, looking good. And we plot our VWAP. And this is where you would find entries. Now, the VWAP is perfect because it shows the volume as well. So what might likely happen is news drops or something and it absolutely causes it to rip up, and then a retracement. The VWAP will take that into consideration and allow you a literally perfect entry. So I would have entered, I honestly probably would have entered like here with a stop below the previous low and then targeting this high. And then, you know, re-entry, and this would have been a monster play. So I'll just go over one more. Well, this is looking good. All right, so I'm just going to do this massive move. Let's see if we can get something good here. So, dissecting this one, it's not looking that good because it broke above the fib. So this play is not valid. Okay, you also want to keep that in consideration. It's not going to work 100% of the time, but when it does work, it'll work pretty well. So let's go. Let's do this high to this high. Okay, wow, that one's also perfect. So EMA 200, and now we plot the VWAP. Alrighty, so this would have been beautiful. You could have got an entry right here. Decent move up. You probably would have stopped below there. You might have got stopped out, and then a re-entry and absolute monster position. So once again, it's going to be a little messy during it, but the potential for reward on these is going to be insane, and it's going to give you a great bias for that day, because if I see it break above here and I have this plotted out, if I can go onto the it's not gonna show. I can't go on the 5 because it'll bring me back to whatever day I'm on. If I were to go on the 5 here, I could have gotten this massive move up, as well as had bias on these days that they're gonna be bullish. And you know, this move down in pre-market would have been expected to come back up and close this gap. So yeah, I'm just gonna show you one more trade on what's a cool ticker. Microsoft. Might as well. Because once again, you're not gonna find that many trades, but you can do it on any ticker, so you can literally find unlimited trades because of how many tickers there are. So let's run it on this one. We've got this right here. And once again, it came up in the golden zone, and you ideally want to wait for a break below this EMA once it comes in here. So this one wouldn't actually have been in the golden zone. So anything after this point, it's in. Didn't go that far. Let's also plot our VWAP from this point. So below the VWAP, broke below, so you could have ideally wanted to wait for a big confirmation breaking below. So right there, and you could have caught a decent move on this day and had a bias on this day. But yeah, this is pretty much how you use fib retracement, and it's a good strategy to use to just have some insight on the market, and it's great for swing trading. If you're looking into swing trading, this could be a good strategy for you. Requires no knowledge in the market. You don't have to learn how to, you don't have to learn chart patterns, you don't have to learn candlestick patterns, you don't have to learn how to plot key levels. All you need to know is how to read these lines and read these lines. Simple. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. I hope this video was helpful for you, and if you do want to start using it, go into backtesting, go in replay mode, and go back and, test her out and, be like, okay, that's looking good. Let's see how this is gonna play out. Hit golden zone, it's above. Let's plot our VWAP. Alright, so we would have entered right there, and we would have been green on that day, whatever day that was. And that day would have been green as well. And yeah, we would have had a good position. So go back in replay mode, practice, and if you need more help, I'm doing one-on-ones in link in bio. Yeah, thanks for watching.